Hi everyone, okay, this is JustLostJC here. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. If you're new here, please go on ahead and subscribe because you're going to be a part of the family, my family. I love you. You're my family. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about the Ayurvedic conditioner that I made. My first time making this kind of deep conditioner. You can check out my last video where I talked about each ingredient and the good qualities that it has. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't. But in this video, I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to show you how I made the conditioner. I'm going to show you a demo of me using the conditioner. And then I'm going to give a brief wrap up of how I felt about the conditioner and how it worked for my hair. Let's jump right in. So these are the things that you're going to be needing for this tutorial. Of course, the first thing you're going to need are your Indian powders. So I have Shikakai, Brahmi, as well as Amla powder. And then I also have some fenugreek powder. Then you're going to need your conditioners. So I'm going to be using cheapy conditioners, one of them being VO5, the other one being Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle. I also decided to add some aloe vera juice. I got this gallon from Trader Joe's for $7.99. And then, of course, you're going to need an empty container to put all this ingredients into. The first thing I like to start with are my conditioners. So I like to add this into my bottle. I have no real measurements. I just add according to what I think I'll need for that application. Gonna add a little bit more of this tea tree. Next, I like to go in with my aloe vera juice, a couple spoonfuls. You can go back later and add more aloe vera juice if you find it necessary. The first powder that I'm going to be adding is the fenugreek powder. As you can see, I added 4 tablespoons of the fenugreek powder. I added that because it does add a lot of slip and does have conditioning properties. Next, I'm going to be adding the Amla powder, and I'm going to add about half a tablespoon of this. Next, I'm going to be adding the Brahmi powder. Again, I'm going to add about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of this. Next, I'm going to be adding the same amount of the Shikakai powder. Once that's done, your mixture should look a bit like this. And you want to use your spoon and mix it all together. Looking at the mixture now, I know I'm going to be adding a bit more aloe vera juice, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Once that's added, you want to go ahead and mix the mixture up. It's coming out to this paste consistency. Now this is the first time that I'm doing this, so I'm not sure exactly which consistency would be better suited for my hair, but I think that I'm going to go ahead and add some more of the VO5 conditioner, which is a bit more watery than the Trader Joe's. I also want to make sure that I have enough of this mixture for my whole head. It would be better if you can use a plastic spoon, but I couldn't find one, so I'm just gonna have to make sure to wash this spoon thoroughly once I'm done. I decided to add a bit more aloe vera juice because it's a bit thick still. This is how it looks now. Just keep adding aloe vera juice until you get the consistency that you're looking for. And once that's done, you want to cover up your mixture. I'm going to cover it with this and wait at least 4 to 12 hours. Now, when using this conditioner on my hair, the first thing I do is I start off with 6 sections. This is how I always condition my hair. I always have 6 sections. It just makes it a lot easier. So I start off, as you can see, by spraying the section with water. I like to get it slightly damp so that it's not as hard to spread the product into it. Then, because I wasn't exactly sure how my concoction was going to mix or feel in my hair, I decided to play it a little bit safe and use some cheapy conditioner. So I used the VO5 conditioner just a little bit, as you can see, and applied it to my section first. Applying this conditioner just made me feel a little bit more comfortable. It made me know for sure that there was going to be slip. After that, I then proceeded to use my homemade concoction conditioner and apply that to my hair. It actually had surprisingly a lot more slip than I thought, so I even think that you could have cut out the VO5 or putting a cheapy conditioner first, but I didn't, so I just continued with that method throughout my hair. But yes, I applied the conditioner throughout my hair. I definitely felt like it was coating my hair. It was definitely very moisturizing. It did not really feel like a protein treatment. My hair felt like it was receiving a moisturizing moisture treatment. So as I applied this to each section, I then decided to go in with an oil. As you can see from earlier, when I made the concoction, I did not add any oils into it. So I decided to add a little bit of coconut oil to each section as well. And I continued this process throughout my hair. Feel free to continue to spray water and add more conditioner when you feel necessary. And that's really all I did. So that basically shows you how I made this concoction, my first time making it, and how I applied it to my hair. Now, all I did is go into the shower and rinse it off. I stood underwater and squeezed each twist. I did not feel like unraveling the twist and running my fingers through it, but you can do that if you had more time. I was just very tired, my dear. I did my hair really late. It was getting late. I was like, I am over this. I am so over this. So I just like squeezed through each section. I used a little bit of VO5 and just, you know, massaged it into my scalp. My scalp wasn't really dirty this week, so I didn't have to go in with my cleansing conditioner or anything like that. So I used that. And then I also did a little bit of VO5 along the length of my hair just to get rid of the smell, because the concoction does have a smell. I'm going to say that. It's not necessarily bad. At first I was like, woo. I opened the bottle and I was like, woo, this is strong. The whole bathroom smelled. But you get used to it and it's not necessarily terrible. And I can say that I don't really have that scent in my hair anymore. I do have 4B, 4C hair, so there's not much of a curl pattern that I do have, but it definitely made it pop. It made me feel like I've never done this before, but I've never used a mud mask, but it almost felt like how a mud mask would be. Slightly like hardening around your hair. It didn't get completely hard like a face mask or anything like that, but it definitely was more stiff than when I do my moisturizing conditioners that I typically do, which are very liquidy, very runny. This did not run at all. It really like stayed in there and really like defined the curls. I do not wear my hair in a washing or anything like that, and I'm not doing that. You know, I'm going on my little hair journey thing, so I couldn't really tell you if when I took it out if it would maintain the curls. And I just thought of something. What I wanted to do initially with this was to make it 100% natural. As you guys saw, I did add my conditioners in there, my tea tree conditioner from Trader Joe's, as well as the VO5 conditioner, which are not natural. What you could do, and what I wanted to do, was to add baby food, banana baby food into it, and some honey. That would have been like perfect. Instead of adding the conditioners, instead add the baby food, and that would have made it 100% natural, basically. But, my dear, I went to look for banana baby food. Gerber is the one I like to use. I personally enjoy Gerber. And I don't know, it's like you can't find it. All you find are beech nut these days, beech nut, all natural, organic, what is it called, baby food. And there's nothing simple like banana. There's all these things like black pear and agave, or like just weird stuff, and it wasn't anything that I was used to. And I was like, oh my god, where the hell's the baby food? And it was expensive. Like one little can of baby food was like $129, sometimes $150. And I'm like, I am never having a child ever. If I do, I'm going to be making everything myself. I'm going to literally buy bananas, and I'm gonna get a processor, and I'm gonna process that, and my baby's gonna have the original, the organic stuff. Because I was so pissed. I was like, you're actually wanting to charge me $1.29 for a peach berry baby food this size? You literally use like 1/4 of the peach and 2 berries. 2 berries. 2 berries. Do you understand? Like, I could buy like 3 whole bananas for $1. Like, bye. Needless to say, I did not do the baby food option. I decided to go with what I had in my house that was free. Conditioner. So if you're, you know, about that life, you can instead go purchase some banana baby food, and that will work great. Basically, I would suggest you go on ahead and do it. My hair absolutely loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. I can't even sing. I hope you guys enjoyed this, my first impression / first review of my Ayurvedic Indian inspired natural remedy kind of conditioner. And just so you know, I did take a bit of the conditioner on my hand and touch my scalp with it, because a lot of them had properties like, you know, helping decrease hair loss, and, you know, adding strength to the roots. So I just wanted to make sure I did get that in there, because I do not like the excess shedding. And my shedding did go down. I did not have a lot of shedding. I feel like I had the natural amount of shedding, which is good. So I highly suggest it. Go on ahead and try it. Go on ahead and buy you some. You only use such a little bit of the powders that you're probably going to have this for a long time. Like the powders that I have so much more of them. So I'll be able to make so much more concoctions like this. Try out different bases, not only conditioners, different kinds of things. Maybe I'll go back to baby food. Who knows? We're gonna see. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I didn't ramble too much, but I tend to do so. Go on ahead out there and go buy you some Indian stuff and go get your hair life on fleek. You know, you know, you know, you know, you know, you know, you know.